Very good morning, dear students. Welcome back to today's session. And in this session, we are continuing the discussion of chapter 2, that is collection of data. Collection of data. Last class, we already started the discussion of the concepts in the chapter. Here, first we have discussed what do you mean by collection of data. I will repeat once again. The collection of data is nothing but collection of facts, figures or information relating to a statistical study is nothing but collection of data. Collection of data is nothing but collection of information or facts and figures relating to a particular statistical study or relating to a particular problem is nothing but collection of data. Already we know the meaning of data. Data is a set of information which we are collecting, and collection of data is nothing but collecting the information or facts and figures relating to a particular statistical study. And here the collection of data broadly we can classify it into two types. One is the types of data are two types. One is primary data and another one secondary data. Already we have discussed the meaning of primary data. Here the primary data is nothing but data is originally collected by the investigator. For the purpose of statistical study that can be called as primary data. Here already we discussed the meaning of investigator. Investigator is a person who involved in the statistical study is nothing but investigator. Here the primary data will be originally collected by the investigator itself for the first time relating to a statistical study. And the methods of primary data there are three methods that we will discuss, and before that, secondary data is a data secondary data is a data already being collected and used by some other agency or investigator, and if we take over from them and if we use that data in our statistical study, it will be termed as a secondary data. Secondary data is already being collected by some other investigator or agency, and if we use that data in our statistical study, that will be called as secondary data. I think you are clear now. Primary data is originally collected by the investigator for the first time relating to a statistical study. Secondary data is a data already being collected by some other, and if we use that data for our statistical study, that will be termed as secondary data. And to collect the primary data, there are several methods. To collect the primary data, there are several methods. There are several methods to collect the primary data, but in that there are mainly three methods. One is personal interview. Second one, mailing questionnaire. Third one, telephone interview. These are the main three methods we use to collect the primary data. First one, personal interview, mailing questionnaire. Third one, telephone interview. These are the main three methods we use for collect the primary data in a statistical study. Already we have discussed the meaning of what is personal interview. Here the personal interview is nothing but collection of information by the investigator with the face-to-face contact of a respondent. Example, relating to whom we are conducting a survey, from them we will meet directly and we will collect the exact information with the meeting face to face of the respondent. For example, I am going to conduct one statistical survey relating to literacy rate of our Karnataka state. If we want to know the literacy rate of Karnataka state, then we need to meet each and every person to know whether they are educated or uneducated. In that process, if I meet every respondent by the face-to-face contact, and if I collect the information from them relating to their educational status, then that will be termed as a personal interview. By meeting each and every respondent with the face-to-face contact, if we collect the information, then that can be called as personal interview. And also we have discussed the advantages of collecting the personal interview and disadvantages of conducting personal interview. And this class we are going to discuss what is mailing questionnaire method, and with this how can we collect the primary data and what are the merits and demerits of mailing questionnaire, and how to form the questionnaire. Every concept that relating to a mailing questionnaire we are going to discuss now. Collect the primary data, the most useful method is mailing questionnaire after the personal interview. Here we need to know the first meaning of questionnaire. Here the questionnaire is nothing but the set of questions or the list of questions relating to a statistical study or research. What are the list of questions we have made to collect the information from a respondent? That set of questions are nothing but questionnaire. And here, mailing questionnaire means sometimes due to several reasons we can't meet each and every respondent personally due to improper transport facilities, or due to some other reasons, we cannot meet each and every respondent face to face. That's why, in order to collect each information or response of each and every person, we may use the mailing of questionnaire or sending the questionnaire to our respondents through the mail or through the post. We are sent the questionnaire to a respondent, and they will read the questions and they will give a response to each and every question, and they will return that questionnaire to a investigator through a mail or again with the post. This is what the mailing questionnaire. Understood? Mailing questionnaire means collection of information from the respondent through sending the questionnaire, to them. And this was the mailing questionnaire. Under this method, investigator collects the data from a respondent through sending questionnaire. Is called mailing questionnaire method. Under the mailing questionnaire method, the investigator used to collect the data or information from the respondent through sending a questionnaire in mail. And here, mainly we should understand what is questionnaire and how to formulate the questionnaire. If you want to get proper information or related information or expected information from a respondent under this method, first and foremost we need to know how to make a list of questions or how to formulate the good questionnaire to get a proper response from a respondent or proper response from our individuals relating to whom we are conducting the research. If we want to collect reliable data or proper data or information from our respondent, firstly we need to maintain some good qualities in the questionnaire. What are the good qualities we need to maintain in the questionnaire to get a proper response? That we'll discuss one by one. Here, I hope you understood. Questionnaire is a list of questions, and for this list of questions, if you want to get proper response from a respondent, we need to maintain some good qualities in the questionnaire. What are the good qualities will be discussed one by one. The first, here the qualities to framing a good questionnaire. What are the main qualities we need to maintain to get a proper response from a respondent? That will be discussed in one by one. The first and foremost important quality in the questionnaire or in the list of questions is the question should be, the number of questions should be very small or minimum. If we formulate the questions are like 20 or 30 questions are in a list, if we are added 100 or 200 number of questions, then the respondent will be irritated. And with that irritation, maybe he not give proper response or he won't be give proper information which we needed. That's why in order to get the proper information from our respondent, first and foremost good quality is we need to keep the minimum questions or the minimum number of questions in the questionnaire. We need to maintain the number of questions small or less. The number of questions which while framing the questionnaire, we need to maintain the less number of questions or minimum number of questions. If we frame large number of questions, maybe the respondent will not be respond proper way. That's why we need to maintain the less number of questions or minimum number of questions. That is the first quality to frame the questionnaire. And the second quality is the questions should be questions the questions should be small and questions should be short and simple to understand. Questions should be small, short and simple to understand. We should not use critical language, or we should not use the lengthy questions to get the response or to get information from a respondent. The question should be short as well as easy to understand. Maybe if they are regional language is Kannada, then we should use Kannada language while framing the questionnaire. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರೇನು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಊರು ಯಾವುದು, ನೀವು ಏನು ವೃತ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. Now example, I am collecting the information relating to the how the farmers income or the situation of farmers in our villages. I am conducting the research relating to farmers. Then the farmers can easily understand their regional language, because some are maybe educated or some are maybe uneducated. That's why if they are educated also, maybe they will be thorough with their regional language. That's why we use Kannada to the clear understand of our questions to our respondents. That's why we should make the questions to a short and simple to understand by a respondent. Short in the sense, new example, how much income you are going to get in each and every yield of your agricultural activity. Instead of this, okay, we can use simply or in a short way. How much income you are earning for an annum due to your agricultural activities. It's easy way, right now? Likewise, the question should be very short as well as that should be a simple to understand. Maybe this is what the important quality of a good questionnaire. And now we'll move to a third important quality of a questionnaire. The third main quality to frame a good questionnaire is questions should be move from general to specific. Here directly we should not ask the personal questions. First we should ask the general question, then we should add in, then we should convert into that as a specific relation. For example, directly how much marks you are scored in the particular subject. Asking instead of this question, what is the performance of the class students in the particular subject? It is a general question. After this general question, what is the marks scored by the particular student in the subject? If we ask, it won't be awkward, it won't be troublable to a respondent. When directly we ask personally or specifically that particular respondent, he feels somewhat shy or somewhat irritation to answer to that particular question. Instead of that, generally we ask what is the marks scored by the student in that particular subject, and after that if we convert that question into a specific way, what is the score of that particular student in that particular subject, then the student feel comfortable. Oh, this question is not maybe arising for my own, it's also the question is arising for the whole class. In likewise, we need to make a questions from we should, while framing the question should move from general purpose to specific purpose. This is also one of the main quality to maintain the framing of questionnaire. And the fourth main important quality while framing the questionnaire is the question should be capable of objective answer. The questions should be capable of adjective answers. The question should be capable of adjective answer. Here, while framing the questionnaire, to reduce the burden of an respondent, we can add one more quality in the questionnaire, that is adding the adjective type of answers. It means in the questionnaire itself, we will give options to a respondent. For example, how much income you are going to earn for a month. Instead of creating confusion to a respondent, we will give 4 options to that question. How much income earning for month. Then for this question, we can give an choices to a respondent, like the option A, income between 0 to 10,000. Option B, income between 10 to 20,000. And option C, income between 20 to 30,000, or income between 30 to 40,000. 30 to 40,000. If you ask the questions like this, easily they can select objective answer. Whether if the respondent income is below 10,000, he will choose to this. If the respondent income is below 20,000, then he will be choose to this answer. And if the respondent income is between 20 to 30,000, then he will be choose to that particular answer. Or else, the question should be in a form of yes or no type. The question should be in the form of yes or no type. It means, are you earning above 50,000 income? If we should give options to them, yes or no. Are you earning above 50,000 rupees of income? The question is like that, and we will give options to that, yes or no. Are you satisfied with the occupation? Are you satisfied with your occupation? For this question also we can give a adjective answer, yes or no. Then he will be satisfied with the occupation, he will tick for yes. Or if he is not satisfied with that particular occupation, then he will tick for no. I will conduct research relating to the the favorite game or the sports for the Then I will give you options, yes or no. Are you interested to play cricket? Then if the students are like to play cricket, they will pick for yes. If they are not like to play cricket, they will pick for no. In this way, the questions should be an capable of adjective answer. Okay, this is what the most important, the characteristic or good quality in the questionnaire. And next, one more. Questions should not indicate alternate alternative alternative answers. While framing the questionnaire, the question should not indicate alternative answers to our respondent. Alternative in the sense, if you ask the questions like, are you like to study in park? You are happy with to be a housewife? Then they will be confused. If they choose to be a housewife, they need to choose for study. Then it will be make confusions in the mind of respondent. That's why, in order to reduce the confusions in the respondent's mind, we need to frame the direct questions are like questions which will take a single answers, and we need to avoid we should not indicate the alternative answer like which game you are going to like. Are you likes cricket or you likes kabaddi? If you ask questions like this, then the students will be get confused. The students means respondent. Even there somebody will likes to play cricket as well as kabaddi, then it will be give a little bit confusion to the given proper answer. That's why we should not make a multiple answer questions. We should not create a multiple question answers, or we should not indicate the alternative answers to a questions. And this is what the main qualities we need to maintain while framing the questionnaire. This is what the main qualities we need to maintain framing the good questionnaire. I hope all of you understood. And one more important topic we need to discuss, that is what do you mean by pilot survey. And before that, this mailing questionnaire is very important for 2 marks as well as 4 marks. They will ask like that. What do you mean by questionnaire, and explain some of the good qualities to maintain in the questionnaire. Then we should write this answer. And now we'll move to the next important topic or the concept, that is pilot. Next concept is pilot survey. Here, very simple. Pilot survey is nothing but it's a free testing of questionnaire with a small group of people. Free testing of a questionnaire with a small group of people. Like example, after constructing modifying one bike, after modding the one bike, directly we won't sell to our customers, right? Firstly, we will be having a test drive whether the bike is working properly or not. Then only we will sell the bike to a customer. In the same way, after framing the questionnaire, we won't directly use to our respondents. Before using respondents, we will test the questionnaire whether the questionnaire is able to collect the whatever the answers or whatever the information we need. With the help of that questionnaire, if we are capable to collect the needed information, then only we can able to use that questionnaire to a respondent. Before the using questionnaire on the respondents, we will test the questionnaire. It means free testing of questionnaire with a small group of respondents is nothing but pilot survey. Pilot survey is nothing but Pre-testing of the questionnaire with a small group of respondents. Pilot survey refers to free testing of a questionnaire. Pre-testing of a questionnaire with small group of people is called as or is refers to a pilot survey. Pilot survey refers to pre-testing of questionnaire with a small group of people. Before sending the questionnaire to a respondent, we will test the questionnaire, how it will be works, whether we will get proper information or not. That pre-testing of questionnaire with a small group is known as a pilot survey. And this is what the main qualities of the questionnaire and meaning of a pilot survey. Now we will move to the next topic in the same category. While framing the questionnaire or in the set of questionnaire, the questions will be in a two types. While framing the questionnaire, the questions should be in a two types. One is close-ended questions and second one open-ended questions. While framing the questionnaire, we can have two types of questions. Once again I am repeating, there are two types of questionnaires. One is close-ended questions and second one open-ended questions. And then we will discuss now what is close-ended questions and what is open-ended questions. The questions are classified into two types. In that first one, closed-ended questions and second one open-ended questions. They are very simple. Close-ended question in the sense, for the question there will be no need to give an personal opinions or their individual opinions. The questions will be having a choice to them. In the question itself, we will be given choice to them in the two way. Again, the close-ended questions will be two types. One is yes or no type of questions or multiple choice of questions. The close-ended questions will be two types. In the first one, yes or no type of are two-way questions and second one multiple choice questions. Here in the questionnaire there are two types. On the first one is closed-ended questions and second one is open-ended questions. Again, here the closed-ended questions are classified into two, that is two-way questions and second one multiple choice questions. Here two-way questions means the questions will be having answer with the yes or no. Or you like to play cricket? For this question, there it's there? Yes or no? Or you like to play cricket? If they likes to play cricket, in that question they will tick for yes. Or if they are not like to play cricket, they will tick for no. And relating to occupation, if you are framing the questionnaire, are you happy with the particular occupation? If they are happy with the occupation, they will be tick for yes. If they are not, they will tick for no. Are you like to drink the milk? If who likes to drink the milk, they will tick for yes. If they are not like to drink the milk, they will tick for no. For these questions we will call as a two-way questions. It means there will be only two options to answer the particular question. There will be two answers to answer the particular question. That type of questions will be called as a two-way questions. And one more type of closed-ended question is multiple choice question. We will give a choice to them to answer the particular question. Example, how the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is working in a country welfare. How the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is working for the welfare of country. We will give up four options. Excellently is working in a good way, is working in an average, and poor. Then you will choose. Maybe if you would like to work, if you like the work of Narendra Modi, then you pick for excellent. If you are okay with the work of Narendra Modi, what he is doing, what are the actions he is taking relating to a country, if he is okay with that, then you can tick for good. If you are not okay and if you are not unokay also, you can go for average. And completely you are not satisfied with the work of Narendra Modi, then you can tick for poor. Likewise, we will give a multiple choice answers to a question and you can choose, or the respondent can choose any answer out of the choice given. You can choose any answer out of the choice given to the particular question. Here, they can't express their own. They will be choose out of the choice given. The questions can be called as multiple choice question. Or likewise, you can ask multiple choice question. Which game you like to play in the sports? Which game? Example, which game you like? Then for this we can give a choice. Option A, cricket. Option A, cricket. Option B, kabaddi. Option C, football, and option D, hockey. Option D, hockey. See here, the question is close-ended. Here we have a given choice to answer the respondent. Within this choice they should choose. And here we have a multiple choices. Here we have a multiple choice to answer this particular question. Then this type of questions is called as multiple choice question. Are you got it now? Yeah, now we'll move to the next one more type of question, that is open-ended question. Here open-ended question means we will get the answer or opinion of an respondent. Here we will give a chance to express their opinion, express their own opinion to a particular question. This is what the types of questions. Once again I will repeat. First one, closed-ended question. Maybe they will have a choice to answer the particular question. And there are two types of closed-ended question, two-way question and one more multiple choice question. And the next type of question is open-ended question. Here open-ended means they won't be have a choice to answer. They should need to express their own information, our own opinion to the particular question. Understood? And now we are going to discuss what is the merits or advantages of mail questionnaire and what are the demerits or disadvantages of mailing the questionnaire to collect the response from an individuals. And here, by using the mailing questionnaire method to collect the data, the first merit is less expensive, or it will be more economical. Less expensive means the cost incurred to collect the information will be always less, because here we won't use much manpower. When we won't use much manpower, the expenses incurred to this method will be very less. That's why the first merit is less expensive, and one more, it requires less manpower. When we send the questionnaire with help of mail or towards the or through the post, then easily we can send the questionnaire and we can get the response to a questionnaire with the mail or post itself. Then we require less manpower here. And one more, widely used. When we have a set of questions or questionnaire, at a time we can cover the large area or large number of people, and we can mostly collect the response from a large number of people. And it means that it requires less time. When it covers widerly, then the time requirement to collect the data will be very less, and reliable data. The data which we collect through a questionnaire, that will be also reliable or most trustable data. And we will go to a discussion of demerits or disadvantages of the questionnaire method. Here, the questionnaire method cannot be used for illiterates. The questionnaire means they will be used words or letters. When the questionnaire is given to an illiterate, they cannot able to read and they cannot able to write their response to a questions. Then this questionnaire method will not be workful or useful for the illiterate people. It can be only useful for the literates only. This is what first demerit of a questionnaire. And next one, possibility of misunderstanding. When we send the questionnaire through a mail or post, the respondent may misunderstand the questions, or they will can't judge properly what we are asking in the question. Maybe it misleads the respondent to answer the particular question. And next, one more, low response rate. Because of the number of questions or maybe some other reason, the respondents will not be respond properly to all questions. When they won't be confused with the questions, they will answer for some questions and they will left some other questions. Then the response of an respondents of the individuals not be in a proper, and loss of questionnaire. Sometimes when they will send the answered set of questions, then the mails will be lost, or when they will send through a post, maybe the postcards will be lost and we can't able to secure the information with the help of mailing questionnaire. This is what the demerits, and I think all of you understood the mailing questionnaire method which we use to collect the primary data. And in the next class, we will discuss the one more type of collecting the primary data, or one more method of collecting primary data, that is telephone interview. Thank you everyone for listening me. We'll meet in the next class.